So I had the chance today to have an interview with Konstantinos Merakos, the candidate for Chemédé for the Conservative Party of Quebec. He is a lawyer, and as you know, he is challenging the Bill 96. This bill is violated a lot of different articles from the Charter of Rights and the Canadian Charter. So we will tell you a little bit more about why this bill needs to be scrapped. And as well, you will learn more about this bill that is a little bit mysterious. Let's check it out. So as a lawyer, what did you see in the Bill 96 that is discriminatory for the English speaker?
So it's not just discriminatory for the English speaker, it's for everybody. It violates Francophone rights too, and Anglophone rights and allophone rights. So as before previously I said, for example, Article 114, which allows, whether it's a French or English business, that doesn't matter, for the language police, the langue d'office québécoise, to enter premises without a warrant and seize computers, laptops, and cell phones and everything, and expose document secrets, whether that's trade secrets or confidential documents between you and your doctor or you and your lawyer. So this violates the rights of everybody. And also it comes to, thanks to the unfortunate liberals which proposed the CEGEP amendments, now there's a quota on CEGEPs which won't allow a lot of our children to go to school of their choice and then the language of their choice. And this is also adults who want to maybe learn a second language to become more competitive. This is now denied. Hospitals, we've seen, for example, and this is something that a family member lived, they'll go to the hospital and now it's only in French. And some people might say, well, Article 15 might defend Anglophone historic rights to have access. That is completely untrue, because I have personal experience from a family member who went to a doctor. They asked to translate one word. They speak French. They did the best they can, but there was one technical medical term that they didn't understand. And they asked for him to translate just one word, and they refused because they said, I only speak French. When we start weaponizing these in terms of minority rights, in terms of humanitarian rights, it is completely unacceptable to pit people against each other just for votes. And there's a whole skew of articles that eventually I will do my own on social media podcast to go through each and every article. But the idea is it needs to be scrapped. It is a symbol of divisiveness. It is a symbol of promotion of hate between groups, so that the classes of the ruling of liberals in La CAQ in Quebec can keep ruling and dividing and conquering. And that's why I'm running. And that needs to stop. And we need to bring humanity back to the table. Right, so a little 101 on constitutional rights. There's Article 1 at the federal level and Article 33 that allows what we call the notwithstanding clause to temporarily and eventually it has to be justified in courts to violate certain articles of the law. So we do not have an absolute constitution, but there are certain articles that are absolute. For example, Article 6 is one of those articles that are absolute, to enter and exit the country. Now, what the 96 has done is it used the provincial notwithstanding clause 33 to say we're putting everything of those aside. So what can they put on the side? The articles that they put to the side is Articles 1 to 38 of the Quebec Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and on the federal level, Articles 2 and 7 to 15 of the Canadian Constitution. So that includes anything from rights to security and liberty, rights to freedom of religion, rights to linguistic rights. It's the list. If you, obviously maybe we can go on another time on and break down every one of those articles. But if you go through the articles, those are the rights that can be violated now, thanks to Bill 96, where now they've put this law above everything, above those articles specifically. And that is the danger. The only difference between us and, let's say, China or North Korea is essentially that paper, a constitutional paper which was drafted by people who were, smart. And despite the fact that it's not absolute, there's still some articles that are, and that is the difference, that we have to defend that. Those are the rights that our ancestors, our grandfathers, our fathers fought for and bled for, and that is the only difference, that piece of paper. And this is one of the reasons why I'm running, because this needs to be protected not just by lawyers like us at the constitutional law firm that I work, but also by citizens and politicians themselves. The role of the politicians is not to come and micromanage your daily life. It is to protect your constitutional rights so that everyone in society is equal, everyone has the same opportunity, and then at the same time provides a strong economy so that they can allow you to prosper should you will it. So if you want to become successful, you have the same platform as anybody else, you have the same constitutional rights, and once you have the same constitution, you have a strong economy that allows you to seek out, to work hard and become successful, and then provide to your family. So that is the importance of protecting as lawyers our constitutional rights. We are the first line of defense, and I'm going to be also the last. So I think eventually we'll discuss it more articles, but I think it's very important to know that do not play in the politics of divide and conquer. Do not give up your votes so easily. You are worth it. We are, like I said before, people have fought for these rights, for your right to vote. Vote for a party that has qualified individuals fighting for you in court today, like us.
Parce que moi, j'ai été extrêmement surprise de voir vous, M. Nadeau-Dubois, voter en faveur de cette loi. Il faut quand même du front. Dans cette loi, il y a des milliers de Québécois qui sont affectés par ça, des milliers de Québécois. Et vous, là, vous avez trahi vos principes en votant en faveur de cette loi-là. Vous avez trahi vos principes. Le jour où vous avez décidé de voter pour cette loi, c'est le jour où vous avez arrêté d'être solidaire.
Mais Madame Anglade, vous avez changé 3 fois d'opinion.
On a voté
C'est
contre.
pas ça, avoir des
On a voté
principes.
contre.
Avoir
Vous
des
avez voté
principes,
pour quelque
c'est
chose.
dire la
Vous
même
étiez pour ou vous étiez contre le projet de loi?
Madame Anglade, vous avez changé 3 fois d'opinion.
Vous avez voté pour
Monsieur
ou contre?
Duhem.
Madame Anglade, vous étiez favorable au projet de loi, vous l'avez même amendé pour le rendre encore pire. You betrayed English Quebecers, actually, on that bill. Je veux juste vous rappeler là, que vous avez trahi la communauté anglophone avec vos positions sur cet enjeu-là. Madame Anglade, vous avez été favorable au projet de loi. Vous trouviez même qu'il n'allait pas assez loin. Vous avez proposé des amendements. Les amendements ont été adoptés par la coalition Avenir Québec de M. Legault. Après ça, vous avez changé d'idée. Vous vouliez retirer vos amendements. La CAQ voulait plus.
Ça n'a aucune
importance.
We are at the 17 days of the election campaign in Quebec, and as you know, the 3rd of October, the Quebecers will need to make a choice. But if you want to see our report on the Quebec election, you can do so at quebecelection.ca. And as well, if you want, you can chip in generously so we can continue to show you the other side of the story and continue to do our journalism. Thank you.